here are my 2 cents of the day that nobody asked me for. But I remember, by the way, if I keep looking there, it's because I'm looking at my mirror. But like, I remember watching a video on TikTok of some lady talking about how she went to go watch the movie Wicked last year, I think. And as she was at the cinema, after the movie was done, she had a conversation with a white guy about why white people assume themselves to be better than everybody else, whereas everybody else is beneath the belt. She said that the white guy then proceeded to tell her that the reason why white people see themselves much more complex than every other person on earth is because they see themselves closer to God, while everybody else assumes themselves to be beneath God, right? And might be a religious video, might not be, but after watching that video, I really started putting things into perspective because I'm like, this kind, this is kind of true. If you look at the way that white people live their lives, etc., the president of America, he was appointed because people believe that he's chosen by God. If you look at the way that they run their businesses, people fear them because they're appointed by God. And I started thinking to myself, why is it that we as black people assume ourselves to be less than God when we also have the same power? This thought alone was good enough for me to like actually stop trying to be someone who's religious and actually start living, right? Because now in my mind it's like, if God wanted us to be less than him, truly speaking though, if he wanted us to be less than him, then I honestly believe that he would have never given us the free will to create the lives that we want to. Like, I believe that you would not be a human being having a human experience if God wanted you to be like him. Then he could have made you an angel or something like that. And so I say this to say that as somebody who is black, right, we need to actually start walking around the way that white people walk around, and we need to start realizing that there's so much more to us than just what we were told. In my mind, I'm like, looking at it, why would I want to listen to somebody who is not where I want to be, right? Our experiences from a young age are experiences based off our elders' journey in their lives. And when you look at it too, it's not like our elders had anything to prove for their living besides the fact that they were stuck in a certain belief, right? Except for my elders, though, you'll be safe out there. My grandmother and her great grandmother and her so forth that never believed or ruled like that. But I just think that life would be so much better if we as black people could literally just get ourselves out of the mindset that religion is the way to truth and the life, because there are people out there who are making so much more money than what you are dreaming to make. Keyword, you are dreaming to make, because they have discovered that really, in order for them to succeed, they are more like God, or they need to be more like God rather than to be beneath him. And I don't see myself as God, but I see myself as somebody that God was like, actually, my child, you kind of cooked right here. I want you to do whatever you want to do, and make sure that when you do it, do not be scared, right? Because he does not make mistakes. Except of living your life in fear because God is a fearing or jealous God is something that we need to replace in our lives immediately. Every single thing that is a sin is the things that you are made to be. If God did not want us to be like that, then he would have never made us like that. Say hi, baby girl. If this is like, if you're someone who's like always praying, and you're someone who's always crying, and you dream of being something, but you're scared to go be the thing because you're like, I don't want God to punish me. I'm waiting for God to like let it rain or whatever. I need you to get up and realize that that idea that has been planted in your head already is the sign from God. And if you're still sitting and expecting more things to show up, then baby, you have bigger problems than religion. And you need to get out of that religious psychosis real quick and actually realize that God put us on earth with the free will, with the ideas to become who he wants us to be, rather than just waiting there and crying and going to church and spending money at church, and people buying houses, people buying cars, buying 1, 2, 3, 4 with the money that you are giving them at church, just because you believe that if you are to give to other people out there, mind you, not even giving to people who are in need, you're giving to people who are saying God says you must give. If you're to give, then you will succeed. Life does not work that way, and don't allow it to work that way, right? Yes, I do pray. Yes, I don't read the Bible like that anymore, But yes, I do pray. And even in my prayer, I was telling my friends that whenever I pray, I say, thank you, God, for the day that I had. I enjoyed it, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I pray in the morning. I just say, thank you so much for my life. And then I keep it moving, right? Thank you for my life. Thank you for the day. And then I keep it moving. And then my friends were like, you can't command to God. You don't want to command to God because commanding to Him is like, you're not like recognizing who He is or whatever. And I'm just like, if that was the case, then I kid you not, I would not be well, alive, and healthy as I am today, more than what I was when I used to pray in the morning and God, please 1, 2, 3, 4, please 1, 2, 3, 4. No, He gave us the free will to choose who we wanna be, and you have the choice to either stay behind and cry like you do, or move forward and actually live a life that's worthy living because He has given us that gift. And I'm not that religious anymore, but I can grasp that concept better than you can. So I need to vuka how Reina, like on a real though. Anyways, let me still go get ready. I wanted to do my bindi and my eyebrows, but I think I'm gonna wear makeup today. So, pee.